What is the secret that JP Morgan doesn't want you to know about when it comes to XRP, XLM, XCN, and their own ONYX blockchain? In this video, we're throwing on the scuba gear, we're diving deep, and we're uncovering just that information. And this information is important for you to know as a crypto investor because it could result in an immensely profitable opportunity. And as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but what I am is the commander-in-chief of the Stargate Army. My name is Rob at Stargate, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're a returning visitor, welcome back. And if you like these type of videos where we uncover certain information, connect the dots, speculate, then hit the notification bell, click subscribe, leave a comment and a like, and let me know, what do you want me to cover next? A certain coin, certain information you want me to connect the dots on, I will do just that. That's it for the intro, folks. Come through the Stargate and I'll see you on the other side.
I'ma keep the case clean, I won't shroud it in no love. Getting laced at the seams, turning powder into dust. I need space for my team, it's getting crowded in the club. Now I walk with a goddess, she a full course meal while I...
Alright, so now let's go into a little backstory behind Chain. What is it? And then that will set the stage for what I'm about to show you and share with you as far as the connection goes. But let me just tell you this. Chain is on an absolute tear right now. We had warned Stargate members back in the middle of December, late December, about Chain as an opportunity, and we've been ringing that bell for a month now, and we've been publicly sharing it on our YouTube. We first initially shared Chain in a deep dive back a year ago, November 22nd, 2021. We're talking more than a year ago, about 1.3 years. And this is when I was posting everything unlisted. So we've been around, but we publicly started posting a year after this. So around like September, October, 2022. But we are not new to research and deep dives and finding gems before anybody's talking about them. So if you start seeing a lot of people talking about Chain going forward, you know who said it first and you know who they heard it from, right? We really started talking about Chain. It was back a month ago, the X Factor Chain right there, XCN, 3 days ago, 13 days ago, 5 hours ago, 13 days ago, 2 weeks ago. This one was the video that really kind of outlined a lot of hidden gems. And what we discovered through this video, and I'll link this one in the bio, we discovered the connections with Chain. So in the Discord, if you're in it, but you're not seeing the trades tracking channel where we track our trades that we all take for the peer-to-peer swaps, and you want to get all these channels, then join the Discord. Let us know that you want to get access to these premium channels. But we've been tracking Chain for a bit now. And one of our VIP OG members, Barry the System, he is on top of it with putting these connections together. So later in this video, we're going to run through the connections he put together. We are currently up 50% on our Chain trade. So 50%, we converted XLM into Chain about maybe a month ago. Let's see the proof of gains here. Right here, XLM to XCN trade officially up 40% since the alert on January 20th. Congrats, everyone. We're still looking for more. That was earlier today. It's now officially up 50%. We could convert back and we could get 50% more XLM in less than a month. This is what we're doing here at Stargate. We're doing the peer-to-peer strategy and we're crushing it. I mean, all of our trades have gone flawless. You can ask any member in here. You can go in the proof of gains, go in the proof of receipts, and it's been a crazy year. And we said it in December that we're looking to crush 2023, and that's exactly what's playing out now. But there's definitely more where that's came from. We're already plotting our next peer-to-peer trade out of Chain when we say that it's topping. So if you want to get in on the next trade, then let us know. Join the Discord and say, hey, I want to get in on this. It seems like fun. You guys are crushing it, right? I'm going to go into the backstory behind Chain. Then I'm going to lay out all the connections that we had made in this thread here. We'll run through that after. So what is Chain? ONYX protocol. So they had gone through 3 variations. First, it was Chain with the ticker CHN. Then it went to XCN, Chain. Now it's ONYX protocol, but it still has the XCN ticker. So ONYX protocol is an infrastructure for a multi-asset shared and cryptographically secure ledger. ONYX refers to a blockchain-based technology protocol that aims to develop and run a smarter and internally connected economy with a mission to create cryptographic ledgers capable of improving existing financial products and services. So now if we go to Chain here, it's still, as you can see, Chain XCN is rebranded to ONYX Coin. So we're going to go into that announcement, but as you can see, this volume just keeps rising and rising. The price keeps going and going, and it's quite unreal because the whole market is down and has been down. Chain is really our blessing in disguise here. We can convert back into all these coins and be up so much, and it just keeps on going. So let's dive into it. They have a new website now. It didn't look like this, but the ONYX ecosystem cryptocurrency, stake your XCN today to participate in ONYX governance. Get rewarded by completing learning modules about the ONYX ecosystem. So ONYX Coin XCN is the governance and utility token for the ONYX protocol designed to vote on protocol improvements in various community-driven programs. XCN is also utilized for discounts, premium access, and as a payment method for commercial fees on Chain.com products such as Chain Cloud and Chain Sequence. So utility, what is XCN used for? It's a variety of use case of applications within the ONYX ecosystem outside of voting on ONYX protocol and ONYX DAO activities. Users can also stake XCN to secure the protocol and earn rewards. XCN is also utilized for priority access to Chain.com's suite of products as well as a discount on Chain.com software services. XCN can be used as a secure method of payment for Chain.com products. So distribution, you have the foundation, and then you have the DAO, etc. So here's their white paper. An introduction to the ONYX protocol. So in this paper, we present the ONYX protocol, a design for a shared multi-asset cryptographic ledger. It supports the coexistence and interoperability of multiple independent networks within different operators sharing a common format and capabilities. Using the principle of least authority, control over assets is separated from control over ledger synchronization. The ONYX protocol allows any network participant to define and issue assets by writing custom issuance programs. Once issued, units of an asset are controlled by control programs. These programs are expressed in a flexible and Turing-complete programming language that can be used to build sophisticated smart contracts. As we go down here, we can see that it's deployed on Ethereum, right? So we know how JP Morgan loves Ethereum, right? So that's one kind of sign right there. In this modern financial system, assets such as currency, securities, and derivatives are typically held and traded electronically. This miraculous abstraction hides the true complexity of the system, a messy, decentralized web of mutual obligations, indirect ownership, and periodic settlement. Transferring assets often requires point-to-point interaction between multiple intermediaries and reconciliation of duplicated ledgers. So it goes over the downsides. So they have the ONYX virtual machine. So the CVM is a stack machine. Each instruction performs operations on a data stack. This consensus protocol, therefore, does not attempt to solve the general problem of Byzantine agreement. It requires trust assumptions that are unusually strong relative to Byzantine fault-tolerant algorithms, but usefully weak relative to centralized databases. In practice, they are reasonable for many real-world deployments. Future versions of the chain protocol may specify consensus protocols with weaker assumptions for a broader range of applicability. So if we go down security, it has that, but let's keep going here. So interoperability, we have the ONYX protocol can power multiple blockchain networks simultaneously. While these networks use the same protocol, their asset IDs are anchored to the initial blocks of these networks, making them globally unique. Cross-ledger interaction is possible using cross-chain swap protocols such as Interledger. For example, the CVM is capable of supporting the SHA-256, preimage, prefix, threshold, and other suites of crypto conditions. These protocols allow participants on different ONYX blockchains to interact with each other as well as with participants on different types of blockchains and ledgers. They have the interoperability factor. So if we keep going down here, let's see. Conclusion. This paper has presented the ONYX protocol designed for a shared multi-asset cryptographic ledger that can underpin modern financial networks. The protocol is designed for large-scale applications, offering a scalable and extensible data model with a flexible yet robust programming environment. The ONYX protocol allows participants to issue and control assets programmatically using digital signatures and custom rules. Transactions issuing and controlling assets that are collected into a cryptographic chain of blocks forming a shared ledger. Block signers followed a federated consensus protocol to replicate a single copy of the ledger across all nodes to prevent reversal of transactions and double spending. ONYX DAO is governed and controlled by ONYX holders and stakers who can vote on protocol improvements and changes through the ONYX governance module. These features are accessed through the Ethereum public blockchain network and use permissionless smart contracts to interact. XCN is also the utility token for the ecosystem, which has a wide array of additional features. There we go. So ONYX. And now if we keep going, and now let's go down this rabbit hole. So announcing Interstellar. Lightyear has acquired Chain and is now called Interstellar. This was back in 2018. So think about Interledger at Ripple XRP Interledger, but Stellar's Interstellar, same type of product, but they acquired Chain, and Chain is actually Interstellar. So if we go down here, Chain merges with Lightyear, goes all in on Stellar. So combined company to be called Interstellar will help organizations build on the Stellar Network, Stellar Development Foundation to remain independent. Chain Inc. today announced it has been acquired by Lightyear Corporation, a Stellar-focused commercial entity formed last year with the support of the Stellar Development Foundation. The Chain and Lightyear brands will be retired and the combined company will be renamed to Interstellar. The merger brings Chain's enterprise products and customers base to Stellar's global public ledger, creating an end-to-end solution that will enable organizations to issue, exchange, and manage assets on a highly scalable public network. Chain's cloud ledger service Sequence will allow organizations to easily track assets as they move between private ledgers and the Stellar network. So key facts: Adam Ludwin, who is Chain CEO, will be Interstellar's CEO. Jed McCaleb, who co-founded the Stellar Development Foundation and Lightyear, will be CTO of Interstellar. So the Stellar Development Foundation, which develops the Stellar protocol and supports the open source community, will remain independent. So everybody knows what Stellar is at this point, but we'll run through it again. So Stellar is an open network that allows any currency or asset to be digitally issued, transferred, and exchanged over the internet. Interstellar will make it easier for developers and enterprises to leverage Stellar as a platform to build novel financial products and services. Chain's team has led the market for enterprise adoption of blockchain technology, which is a critical component of building a future where money and digital assets move over open protocols. We're thrilled to be joining forces to help organizations build on Stellar. Chain has admired Stellar for years, and from day one, we shared their goal of enabling financial assets to move seamlessly over the internet, said Adam Ludwin. Chain has worked from inside the enterprise while Stellar has worked on the network between organizations. As a single team, we will have a complete view and set of capabilities to make value over IP a reality. So Interstellar's product portfolio will also include StellarX, a recently announced marketplace for trading assets on Stellar. There we go. So we're seeing some connections now with Stellar and Chain. So Chain was founded in 2014, around the time that Stellar was, around the time that Ripple was, by Adam Ludwin, Devin Gundry, and Ryan Smith. The company builds enterprise-grade blockchain products leveraged by leading financial organizations including Visa, NASDAQ, Citigroup. Chain's cloud product, Sequence, will become an important component of Interstellar's product portfolio and enable enterprises to issue, manage, and track assets as they move between private ledgers in the Stellar network. The company raised $44 million from Khosla Ventures, RE Ventures, Thrive Capital, and strategic partners including Visa, NASDAQ, Citi, Capital One, Pfizer, and Orange. Boom, right there. So now let's keep moving forward, because here's Interstellar. We empower businesses to build a future for international payments. So about us, let's see. So Interstellar is a technology company revolutionizing the $2 trillion international payments industry with a current focus on delivering faster, cheaper, more reliable cross-border payments. Interstellar advises businesses and creates best-in-class products and solutions, primarily leveraging the Stellar blockchain network. These are either created and operated directly by Interstellar or identified as benefits to other businesses who integrate through and leverage the Interstellar platform to operate on Stellar. So Mike Kennedy is now the CEO of Interstellar, and he was the founder and CEO of Zelle. There we go. So now let's keep moving forward, because ONYX by JP Morgan. So transforming the way money, information, and assets move around the world. So formed in 2020, ONYX has pioneered the world's first bank-led blockchain platform for the exchange of value, information, and digital assets. So coin systems, next generation payment rails powering right-time value transfer. ONYX digital assets, a blockchain network enabling the exchange of value for various types of digital assets. Then you have blockchain launch, and then there was also link as well too. But as you can see, the same type of verbiage, right? And even looking at these logos here and looking at Chain's logo, it's like very similar. So now let's keep going to the next thing, because this was the other day. Deposit tokens could trade on DeFi like stablecoins, JP Morgan. So JP Morgan reckons tokenizing fiat deposits for use across major blockchains might be more acceptable than traditional stablecoins. And we're seeing all this kind of whiplash and attack on stablecoins right now. So there's no secret or no surprise here that now they're coming out and maybe they'll have a solution. And it's kind of weird that Chain is the only one pumping. All this is happening, right? So bank issued deposit tokens are much safer than stable coins for major institutions looking to transfer value across chains. Surging interest and continued advancement in blockchain underscore the necessity for blockchain-based cash equivalents, the bank said, alongside consulting firm Oliver Wyman in a recent joint study. So if we come down here, JP Morgan sees deposit tokens going DeFi. The rise of DeFi protocols may also result in the creation of liquidity pools for deposit tokens. These pools would be established by token holders who supply the deposits as liquidity on decentralized exchanges. So if the pool persists and serves a practical purpose, such as fostering market-based fungibility between deposit tokens, then tokenization should not cause a pricing disparity commonly seen in today's stablecoin liquidity pools. So now we're talking about these liquidity pools, right? JP Morgan, or actually, let me go to this. In 2016, the bank spun up Quorum, an enterprise-focused version of the Ethereum blockchain to explore blockchain and financial services. JP Morgan sold Quorum to Ethereum powerhouse Consensus in 2020 for an undisclosed sum. JP Morgan is now focused on a tokenization platform, ONYX, permissioned interbank protocol for transferring value settled in USD-backed stablecoin JPM coin. So now let's go to the next thing. Chain token burn, product launch, time lock extension, and rebrand proposal. Chain has launched the Chain Improvement Proposal CIP 007 will execute a series of changes to the Chain protocol, including token burns, time lock extensions, and more. The proposal also calls for the rebrand of Chain protocol to ONYX protocol. Assuming if you have this ONYX platform by JP Morgan and them rebranding, I mean, there's infringement there. So why would they rebrand to ONYX full and well knowing that JP Morgan has that, right? The proposal also calls for the branded Chain protocol to ONYX protocol, Chain DAO to ONYX DAO, and the Chain token to ONYX coin with the same XCN symbol ticker with more details below. So with the deployment of CIP 007, all the utility and functionality of the XCN token will remain the same as today, which would continue to be the means of accessing discounts, premium services, and payment method for Chain.com enterprise products such as Sequence and Chain Cloud. It would also continue to be the governance and utility token of the rebranded ONYX protocol, previously known as Chain protocol. The purpose of this rebrand, as noted in the governance proposal, is so that the protocol's decentralized nature and functionality is segregated and independent from Chain.com's core centralized business, providing Web3 blockchain end products while enabling a higher level of decentralized security over the protocol. Furthermore, to support the transition to a higher level of decentralized protocol, Chain will be burning its entire locked team allocation of 5 billion XCN. Upon governance approval and donating the company XCN of 15 billion units to a newly formed nonprofit foundation, and in the interim to the DAO's control, with more details to come once the proposal is executed. The foundation will be responsible to help contribute to open source Web3 initiatives and distribute developer grants to those building on ONYX protocol and ONYX DAO. So if we go down here, we'll be suspended for 1 additional year with withdrawals beginning in April of 2024. So we don't have to worry about that. So if we go down, Chain is also excited to announce the launch plan of a new product called ONYX, which will be a decentralized liquidity protocol built on Ethereum, which will support ETH, ERC20, ERC721, and ERC1155 tokens. ONYX is a cross-token platform enabling users to supply and borrow both traditional cryptocurrency tokens and NFTs all in one, and is forked from leading and battle-tested open source protocols, namely Compound and Venus. ONYX will be powered by XCN as the governance token of the project. Chain will await the results of the governance vote and deploy the necessary changes with digital asset exchanges once/if approved, and it was. So there we go. We're seeing them develop this new product, ONYX, which will be a decentralized liquidity protocol built on Ethereum, which will support all these. And it's a cross-token platform enabling users to supply and borrow both traditional crypto tokens and NFTs all in one. And it's forked from leading and battle-tested open source protocols, namely Compound and Venus. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we have this. France tests CBDC flows with Singapore using automated liquidity pool. So running on JP Morgan's ONYX blockchain, it was the first cross-border CBDC transaction to use automated market-making smart contracts. So if we go down here, the French Central Bank worked with the Monetary Authority of Singapore for the experiment, one of the last in the bank wholesale CBDC sandbox program that finishes this autumn. It was executed using a permissioned version of Ethereum called Quorum, developed by JP Morgan. So in the context of wholesale or bank-to-bank, CBDC transactions, cross-border payments without slow and costly intermediation is something of a holy grail. Oh my God. Like literally, how many videos have I done about the holy grail? The holy grail of cross-border payments. Man. So I'm going to have to link those videos in the descriptions here because, I mean, they're basically now saying it. Okay, so if we go down here, JP Morgan's blockchain-based ONYX suite of applications, which includes JPM Coin, uses a system of automated digital contracts or the sorts that have made areas like DeFi explode in the public arena. The CBDC automated liquidity pool and market-making service for Euro, Singapore dollar currency pairs could be scaled up to support the participation of multiple central banks and commercial banks in different jurisdictions. There we go. So now let's keep going here because we have this. ONYX protocol. We're thrilled to announce that the ONYX liquidity protocol is aiming to launch on March 1st, pending the completion of audits. Currently, we have received word that our audit should be ready by next week. And that was February 9th. It is February 13th right now. So there's no kidding that it's pumping because a lot of stuff is going on. So want an early start? Try the testnet. I'm going to open this up, but I'm not going to dive into that next. But what we have here is November 2021, liquidity management in a multi-currency corridor network. So ONYX by JP Morgan. So Banque de France, Monetary Authority of Singapore, ONYX is doing it. As you can see, this is what I just kind of read here. But it's talking about this liquidity protocol and enabling this cross kind of multi-currency corridor liquidity management and JPM coin, right? So now if we go to this, a letter to Jamie Dimon and anyone else still struggling to understand Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Adam Ludwin from Chain, he writes an open letter to JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, right? So we're seeing too many connections here. So Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett said his firm has no interest in investing. Adam Ludwin, the co-founder and CEO of Chain, argues that while it's easy to believe cryptocurrencies have no inherent value, or conversely, that they will disrupt banks and tech giants, neither extreme is true. Ludwin says Bitcoin and other cryptos are an important new asset class enabling decentralized applications. The probability of mass adoption may be small, but the impact would be very large, which Ludwin says justifies the high valuations. So then he goes and talks about it. So I run a company called Chain. Let's go down here. So then he says, so Jamie, what's the bottom line? Allow me to summarize. Cryptocurrencies are a new asset class that enable decentralized applications. Decentralized applications enable services we already have today, payment, storage, computing, but without a central operator of those services. If we keep going down here, he says, Best, Adam. You may have noticed that I didn't use the word blockchain in this note. The word now tends to confuse more than enlighten. There's another related market I didn't talk about, cryptographic ledgers for the enterprise. My perspective on that is right here. Adam led with chain. So, and now it's deleted. So it's very interesting. He's written an open letter to JP Morgan specifically, or Jamie Dimon back in 2018. Seems like they've been tied up for a bit now. Now going back to the video that I had put out in 2021, if we go along here and everybody remembers this document. It's the one with the Everest NTT data with Interledger. It has all like kind of the outline of the roadmap from 2020 to 2025. Interledger becomes like, I'll have to find it and I'll include it in the research in the Discord. But everybody, if you've been here for a while in XRP community, definitely recognizes this document. I'm sure nobody has noticed that chain is sitting right there next to R3 Corda, digital asset, Hyperledger Fabric, right? Trade finance, pushing the digitalization of trade to reduce risk and fraud. Chain has been tied up. This came out in 2017, right? So I even saw documents with Chain, Stellar, and Ripple all together back like from 2016 and high level documents. So Chain is very kind of a part of this system. So let me see if I actually just pull it up. So here it is. So everybody knows this document, right? So this is that same doc. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here it is. Got it. Literally got it back from 2017. So this is the one from the Internet of Information to the Internet of Value. They were spelling it out back in 2017. Ripple becomes a standard for international money transfers between banks. ILP becomes a standard protocol for connecting banks' cash ledgers as part of Ripple software 2020 to 2025. Blockchain solutions for capital markets, trade finance emerge. R3 Corda, digital asset holdings, Fabric, etc. ILP Java becomes the interoperability standard for Hyperledger Foundation projects. And if we go here, chain right there. So trade finance from 2020 to 2025, like chain, so they're gearing up and getting prepared for all this. And yeah, that's the one with the ILP, and it's kind of spelling it all out for us. But as you can see, chain has been in this game for a very long time, and you should not write it off. So this is that test net. This is actually pretty sick. This is sick. XCN, all this right here. You have markets. You can stake. Don't tell me it's 666% APR. Interesting. Yeah, we're going to have to dig into this a little more. This is very, very interesting, this testnet. But onyx.org. So let's now go to the Discord where our man, Bury the System, Stargate OG, lays out his thesis. So let's dive into that. So here we go. Here's where it all started, right? So our man, what happens to price action when JP Morgan announces ONYX coin is the native token on their ONYX space-based blockchain, and they throw in an AI reference? Big eyes over there. If we go down here, he outlines this. So the ONYX FedSyn solution combines emerging technologies in the area of artificial intelligence, deep neural networks, and privacy-preserving analytics, making it possible for multiple participants to collaborate and co-create data-driven solutions for financial institutions on a network while maintaining the privacy of their data. The ONYX team solution is designed to provide value to banks, financial institutions, payment networks, and other entities that require privacy preservation of their customer data. So there we go. So there's one connection here. So SpaceBridge, pioneering payments in space. I'm going to have to do a deep dive into this, Bury the System, because that is definitely interesting. So I'm going to make sure I remember this. So we also know that JPM is on the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, and XCN is an ERC20 token. He knows it. He's smelling it out. He knows what's going on here. And then if we go down, in 2018, Stellar acquired XCN, and that partnership led to a project called Interstellar. However, in 2020, they cut ties. So right here, Chain was acquired by Stellar to form Interstellar, a commercial arm of the Stellar Foundation. However, in 2020, Chain was reacquired to continue its mission to form a more healthy global financial system through blockchain and cloud technology. So banks are the biggest beneficiaries of Chain's blockchain product. Chain earlier worked with the banks to launch a private settlement network between Citibank and NASDAQ for instant settlement on a pilot program. We helped construct an on-demand settlement pilot for Citibank and NASDAQ. Dude, huge. So we can see from Stellar's plans with XCN, there was something going on that suggests they were thinking space. However, my current thesis is JPM and ETH versus Stellar, Ripple, and IBM. So I think we know why Stellar spun them off in 2020. So let's keep going. So I'm going on record. XCN is the XRP for JP Morgan's ecosystem. Right here. Barry the Systems got it on lock. 2023 roadmap. The ONYX DAO and soon to be newly formed nonprofit will work with the ONYX community to launch the ONYX liquidity protocol, or known simply as ONYX. ONYX will be launching this liquidity protocol, which will be a fork of Compound that will enable cross-token type aggregated lending and borrowing. ONYX will support Ethereum, creating a novel, all the ERC tokens all in one platform, creating a novel liquidity destination that is fully decentralized and covers all current spectrums of Ethereum-based digital assets. This will enable users to utilize a single protocol for all their liquidity needs across digital assets that include both cryptocurrency tokens and NFTs. Boom, right there. Let's keep going down on this. So XCN is kind of an OG in the space. They've been around since 2014. On point. I just can't believe JPM wouldn't have sent them a cease and desist over the name if they weren't working together. I would have to wholeheartedly agree with that. So there we go. So either that or I'm just good at stringing random bits of unconnected data together and making up a good story. I don't believe that to be the case, bro. You're onto something. You are fully onto something. It's nothing's a coincidence in this space. Let me tell you that. So let's keep going now and see what he uncovered. And also a little shout out. Dude, you guys are like amazing. You guys, with all the feedback, the support, the value the team provides far exceeds the cost of admission for signing up for premium. You guys are great. Like, I love this community. We're all going to really kill it together and crush it. So I'm excited for the future. It's only been a month and a half and it's like win on win on win. So right here, he's got more. Chain and Craft Sports Entertainment announced a 4-year partnership wherein Chain will serve as the official blockchain and Web3 sponsor for the New England Patriots, New England Revolution, Gillette Stadium, and Patriot Place. The two organizations will work together to provide cutting-edge Web3 experiences for fans inside and outside the venue, combining Chain's proprietary blockchain technology with the newly renovated Gillette Stadium. The partnership aims to bridge the gap between physical and digital experiences, creating a one-of-a-kind experience for fans at Gillette Stadium. And they announced a strategic partnership with the Miami Heat. So they have that as well too. Shout out, because I'm in New England and I'll be going there more, that's for sure. So let's keep going. ONYX liquidity protocol is a perfect fit. They are running this on what they're calling ONYX protocol. The timing adds up. I think we nailed it. Game, set, match. Let's keep our eyes on this. We're seeing it right now as probably insiders lining up. We may be in for a massive pump. Chain is currently pumping now. I mean, straight up, I don't even think we've seen the grand finale yet. I'm looking for a straight vertical move, and we could be gearing up and getting close to it. And if that's the case, and we do hit this triple, this double, I mean, come on. We literally laid this out for free the past month, and I hope people got into it. But going forward, we have to keep this within the community. I mean, within the private Discord, because we keep laying it up out there. And we just keep compounding the gains. And like at this point, you've seen the proof of the gains. You've seen the proof of the receipts. We're on top of it. So at this point, if you're not in Stargate already, what are you waiting for? You know, you could ask anybody in here and they'll tell you it's been game changer. So here we go. Chain Gives also sent over $250,000 of aid in Ukraine this year and supported several other crypto organizations throughout the year. Crypto donations have continued to prove that they are more inclusive to individuals without access to traditional bank accounts, and they can reach the receiving party in a timely and efficient manner. Chain Give plans to continue its mission in 2023 and support communities around the world who are in need of immediate assistance and cannot rely on the traditional financial system. Boom. And then you can see here, dude, he's on it. So So you have Tiffany & Co. is on the regional advisory board of JP Morgan, right? So now if we go down, you have acquisition, LVMH's $16.6 billion acquisition of Tiffany & Co. Overview of the deal. The advisors, JP Morgan's, like blattered all over this. So we're seeing connections with Tiffany & Co. and JP Morgan. Tiffany & Co., Crystal, JP Morgan Chase Corporate Challenge Bowl. This was 2022. Then right there, 2001. So this is all probably just a big coincidence. because JP Morgan becomes the first bank to open in the metaverse where you can shop with crypto and NFTs. Now, if you go down here, Tiffany & Co., this is crazy. Dr. George F. Coons introduces Morganite to the American public and names it in honor of financier and philanthropist JP Morgan. Discovered in Madagascar, the gem is a type of pink beryl. But what he uncovered here is Tiffany also unearthed, all right, so banking tycoon JP Morgan, those were followed. So there's heavy deep ties with Tiffany & Co. and JP Morgan. And then right here, you have famous jeweler Charles Lewis. Tiffany knew JP Morgan had a thing for necktie pins. So it's a whole kind of connection of why they made that. But to summarize, deep history between JPM and Tifco, to include Tifco naming a discovered gemstone in honor of JP Morgan and crafting other JPM commemorative memorabilia up to the present. Representative from Tifco sits on JPM's International Council. JPM and Goldman presided over the LVMH acquisition of Tiffany & Co. JPM is making moves into the crypto and NFT space. Member of the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, XCN presides over Tiffany & Co.'s first NFT offering. Coincidence? Me thinks no. And I'm going to add on to that. Zero chances would have happened without the blessing of JPM. This strongly suggests JPM and XCN have a very close relationship. I agree, bro. So you're 100% spot on, bro. Like we're making these connections at the deepest level and tying them together, and they make sense. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon returns to Bitcoin bash and calls cryptocurrency a scam. I think that was back last year. He said, and that's why JPM is building out a massive blockchain ecosystem. It's called ONYX. It's in space. I wonder if he's heard of it. Guess who wrote Jamie Dimon an open letter in 2017 about crypto and blockchain? Former XCN CEO Adam Ludwin. If we keep going down here, finding out the reason why XCN and Stellar parted company is impossible. They were either discovered and cut loose quietly, or they had what they needed and bailed out on the partnership. This happened in 2021, but I can't find the month. Either way, it was after the lawsuit started. So there are two ecosystems in a Game of Thrones battle for the control of the fourth industrial revolution, ETH versus Ripple. And let's keep going down. So then we add this. So you guys are going to crush ODL once OPL goes live. I can't believe you messaged. This is hilarious. So do you guys have any exciting announcements in the pipeline built on the future? You can view all official chain news announcements right here. Let's see what else. Love it. How can we use cloud? You guys are gonna thank you for your support. Please stay tuned on our news channel below with a smiley face. Yes, it's live. You can use it. My XCN bags are packed, ready to ride into the future of blockchain. Thank you. I love how you're going in there. Bear the system is great. Got a response from the moderator. We shall see. Looks like the CEO himself is one of the mods and he is active on the channel. XCN is number 16. KuCoin's gainers list. Let's go down. So, however, I've been doing some thinking. I have some further speculation on my thesis that JP Morgan's partnership announcement is coming soon. XCN is clearly getting ready for something big if they are going through audits, which should be available next week, according to a recent announcement. Rob posted this a day or two ago. Thinking it through, audits to me suggest compliance. Compliance with what? SEC guidance and regulations. ONYX liquidity protocol is XCN's answer to XRP's ODL. That much is clear in my mind. If you read through this, it's clear that they're going toe-to-toe with Ripple. Ripple is not a bank, so XRP doesn't bring it with it the baggage that large legacy institutions have. Who would ever trust or want to transact with JPM Coin? They need a neutral third-party partner that has history in the digital asset space to be the face of their native digital asset. XCN is JPM's XRP. What if XCN had full regulatory go-ahead from the SEC on the basis that it was fully backed by gold? Gold giant JPM Morgan may move into precious metals clearing in Zurich. Zurich clearing has long been denominated by two Swiss banks. The American lender is the world's dominant bullion bank. This was this year, last month. Notice the date. It was right about the time Rob started noticing XCN coming to life. Then 2 weeks later, XCN changes its name to ONYX. So more of the Ripple sounding language, on-demand settlement. So Chain previously worked with banks to launch a private settlement network between. So Chain helped build an on-demand settlement pilot for Citibank and NASDAQ, as well as for Visa, to show how effective blockchain could be for their business. All banks should add blockchain to their programs and deprecate their old system, said Deepak when asked who have they helped bring blockchain technology to and who or what should they do to use it. His goal is to bring his product Sequence by Chain to the hands of many banks and institutions with the hope of encouraging them to pilot the program to see the cost efficiency and effectiveness it has against their own antiquated systems. Notably, companies are actively hiring blockchain engineers for publicly traded companies and banks. Major brokerages like Fidelity have launched their own digital asset departments, and institutions like JP Morgan have built private blockchain projects internally as well. So if we keep going down here, he's got all the connections. So BlackRock increases position in JPM. This was recent, like literally 7 days ago. JPM is up to something. Why would all this additional investment come pouring in from BlackRock just in the last few days? You know those guys have the inside scoop. What follows is highly speculative. I repeat, do not invest any money you can set fire to. We're all anticipating something big for XRP, possibly soon as March. I think JPM is going to front run its ecosystem before that happens and debut its ONYX blockchain platform to the world. Fully backed by gold, ready to do business. This is going to suck the air out of the room. If they debut a digital asset that they can say does everything Ripple does, only better, backed by gold and blessed by Gary Gensler, well, you can imagine what will happen. They will be first out of the gate, and the institutional money from BlackRock and everybody else would rush in like a flood. All of this is nothing more than me thinking out loud, looking at a pile of puzzle pieces, trying to guess what the picture is. Do not FOMO into XCN. Agreed, still highly speculative. But dude, this is some heavy connections. And then there was one thing I missed that I wanted to look at right here. So ONYX Content Hub. So there's a ton more stuff in here as far as things we can dive deep into. So MCBDCs, ONYX opens infrastructure to disrupt cross-border payments, ONYX digital assets overview. So many things. But basically what ONYX is, this is an tokenization platform you can use to create scalable tokenization based solutions that meet your needs and integrate with legacy systems. I mean, to me, it's the same thing that XCN, now ONYX protocol, is, or what their product was and still is, but now they've rebranded to the same name as what JPM ONYX's blockchain is as well too. Very interesting, highly speculative, but I mean, you can't discount all the connections here. And you can't discount everything, all the puzzle pieces that John had laid out, that I've been laying out in all these other videos. And if you want to go watch those, I'll put the link to those in the bio of this video. So Chain still pressing up here hot. It's very slept on. It's only 300 billion market cap. Wouldn't be surprised to see this one pull a 3x to hit $1 billion market cap here. So if you missed out on this, that's all right. I'm not kind of saying to FOMO in now, but there's a lot of room to go. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, like I said at the beginning. But if you miss this, you don't want to risk it. We have a ton more gems and actually other connections and kind of hidden undercover gems that tie into ONYX, that tie into Interstellar, that tie into Chain, that tie into all those. So if you're not already in Stargate, I'd think about getting in now before you miss the next gem that we find and breaks out while the market is still in a lull here. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, leave a like. Tell me what you think. Do you see the puzzle pieces connecting here? Is this totally from left field? No way, not possible at all. You let me know in the comments. Curious to hear your thoughts, and come join the Discord. I'll put the link in the bio. Would love to see you guys over there. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next.